Hello, my name is Russell Myers, independent for U.S. President for 2024. Well, I'm sure by now you have heard that Joe Biden has dropped out of the race for 2024. In spite of all of his declarations that he was not going to drop out, he has done so. And now I'm not going to delve into any of the various conspiracy theories and all of the speculations that are running around. I do know that Democratic donors, donors to the Democratic Party, that is, had withheld $90 million in funding from the party. Unless he dropped out, that was public knowledge. But then there are a lot of other theories and so forth that are going around, but I'm not going into any of that. That is neither here nor there at this point. So I'm going to say Biden dropping out of the race has improved my own chances exponentially. Yay. All right. Because why? Because everyone, we know, there's not a question that Harris is going to wind up being the designated, anointed nominee by the Democratic Party. And that's not a question. There's no time to put anybody else up there. What do we really know about Harris? She's been virtually invisible throughout the entire past 4 years. Well, 3.5 years. Okay? And remember, back in 2020, she was running for office and she got less than 1% of the primary vote. And only a fraction of voters vote in the primaries as opposed to the general election. It's not a question. She is not going to be able to hold up in a debate against Donald Trump. Policy-wise, we can expect that her policies are just going to be a continuation, a clone of Joe Biden's policies. So it's still going to be Biden. But there are a lot of people that have speculated that behind the scenes, she's been running the country because, well, that's speculation. Again, I'm just stating what other people have speculated. So you got your choice of Harris or Trump. And she's not going to be able to stand up under a debate with Trump. If she has a debate with Trump, I expect it to look like an episode of the Jerry Springer Show. I really do. I think they're on about the same level. Anyway, but honestly, I do think that Trump is a bit above her. He would be able to hold his own. He's more experienced and, a lot more assertive. What other choices do you have? RFK Jr. RFK Jr. has shown he doesn't really have any loyalty. He's gone from running as a Democrat to talking to the Libertarian Party about being their nominee, and nobody knows why he didn't do that. My own suspicion is that it's my own suspicion, this is my own speculation, that when he found out that he would not just be handed the nomination for the Libertarian Party, but he would have to go through a primary process with them as well, that he decided to go on his own as an independent. But his economic policies are, yep, they're libertarian. And considering events that have happened recently, with the ICJ ruling against Israel, what is the U.S. response going to be from any of those three? Because Trump is a Zionist on steroids. Harris is a Zionist. RFK is a Zionist. So you could vote for Jill Stein or myself. Here's what I want you to do. Stop trying to vote against somebody. Don't vote for Harris because you don't want Trump. Don't vote for Trump because you don't want Harris. Because in either case, you're going to get things you don't want. Focus on policies of the candidates. Actually read their policies. Actually read between the lines on their policies. Are they policies or are they talking points? Are they promising to do this, or are they just saying things like, like during 2020, oh, all Americans deserve to make more than the current minimum wage, but they're not saying that they will raise the minimum wage. Oh, I will fix the economy. Okay, how are you going to do this? Will it work? Is it something that's been done for the last 40 years, like trickle-down economics, which trickled up to Wall Street, to the wealthiest in this country? Are they just going to continue that? Because that's what all of them want to do, every one of them except for Jill Stein. But Jill Stein's policies and mine are very similar in many respects. But I think in many cases, mine are a little more detailed, but you choose for yourself. You decide. But actually do some work. Do some research and decide for yourself what candidate you want. Remember this, just because you don't see someone's name on the ballot doesn't mean you can't vote for them. You can write in another candidate. You can write my name in. Please be sure and spell it right. It's down here at the bottom right of your screen. It's Meyers. Or you can write in Jill Stein. The literal fact of the matter is you can write in anyone that you want to. Hey, you can write in Snoop Dogg, Lady Gaga, Jordan Paul. Please don't write in Jordan Paul. You can write in the name of someone that's no longer living. Now, if they win and they actually show up to the inauguration, I think we've got some real problems on our hands. But, but that would be the ultimate in democracy if a person that is not on the ballot wound up winning the race. That would be true democracy. That would be the people choosing. The things that it takes to get onto a state ballot are just completely insane. There is no reason that a campaign should have to pay a state electoral commission to put a name on the ballot. I can understand petitions being taken to put somebody's name on the ballot, but fees, thousands of dollars for each state in many states. $5,000 here, $5,000 there. And this is what drives, a large part of what drives up, besides advertising, this is a lot of what drives up the cost of a campaign. Do you really need to see a person standing on a podium during the campaign season to wind up voting for them? What benefit is there to that, really? Because you're still at a distance. Just right now, my campaign has been completely online. That's because of my time and financial resources. That doesn't mean that I would be any less effective as a president. What makes a president effective are their policies, whether it's for you or for the military-industrial complex or for Wall Street. Right now is the absolute best time for third party and independent candidates. Right now is the best time in history for third parties and independent candidates. Right now is the absolute best time for you to actually look at the policies, break out of the cult mindset, red versus blue, two-party mindset. Break out of that. Decide on to vote for someone, for policies that you actually want, for a candidate that you believe will actually enact those policies or that will fight for you. Because there are very few candidates that are going to fight for you. So pick one of we few that will actually fight for you. I am hoping that you will pick me. But make your own choice. Don't let some party decide for you. If Harris is made the nominee, this is not a democratic process. There's talk about from the Democrats about whether they can transfer the campaign funds from the Biden campaign over to Harris. Now, the Campaign Finance Committee and the Republicans are stating that they will fight this, that they will sue. But honestly, I feel like they will get sued, possibly by the CFC, by the Republicans, and possibly by Democratic voters. Because Democratic voters donated to Biden-Harris, not Biden or Harris. But for the most part, they don't know anything about Harris. They donated to Biden, not to Harris. And they should be offered refunds. Donors should be offered refunds. If they choose to donate to the Harris campaign, or the Trump campaign, or my campaign, hopefully, then that would be appropriate. But shifting those funds from Biden to Harris is not appropriate. It is not democratic. Harris hasn't won any primaries. Like I said, in 2020, she got less than 1% of the primaries before in the first like 2 states and dropped out. So nobody wanted her then. A lot of people were not happy when Biden named her as his running mate. But here we are. Anyway, think about this. Share this video. Talk about these subjects. Choose who you want and what you want to vote for. Because what you're voting for is yourself. So, voting against doesn't do you any good. You are never going to get what you want by voting against. Like the old saying goes, the lesser of two evils is still evil. And as long as we keep the two-party system going, then we cannot expect any better. We will not have more choices. We will not have better choices. It will remain the same. Let me put this one more way. One option is a mandate. 2 options are an ultimatum. It takes at least 3 options to be a choice. All right, so make your own choice. Think for yourself. Choose for yourself. Don't let a party choose for you. Thank you for watching. Share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can to help expand this campaign. And I will catch you in the next one. Have a good day.